Okay. Now, I know we were on 6C. Did you guys get an okay grade for 6A? I know we were rushing. So there are 3 components. You needed to say normal distribution with mean 300 and standard deviation 5. You needed to have a boundary event, and you needed to have the correct answer of 0.5763. If you only did 2 of the 3 of those, that's a P, and none of those is an I. This is how I did it on my paper. I did between 296 and 304, normal CDF, 296, 304, mean standard deviation of 5, 0.5763. I'm 6A. I'm on 6A. Is everybody set with their grade for 6A? You sure? I can't remember where I started rushing inappropriately. So I backtracked me back to 6A. Are you guys okay? 6A. 6A. Oh, on the packet that you just picked up, yes, you can pull the grade cam sheet off if that helps you. I don't care if that's on there or not. Okay. Yes. Okay, guys, I'm trying to go fast but not lose quality here. B. If the response satisfies components 1, 4, or 5, it has to have 1, 4, and 5, and either one of 2 or 3. It needs to say something about a normal distribution. And then this is the most important part. The mean is 300. The standard deviation is 5 over root 2. Okay. Why is it not just plain 5 and 5 over root 2? Because there was a sample size of 2. So S over square root of N. You also needed to have your conclusion statements saying that you do not have convincing evidence. So this. And then you need to say something about the size of your probability being large or bigger than alpha or something like that. Okay, so that's piece 1, 4, and 5. You have to have those. And then either 2 or 3. 2 is the boundary value, and 3 is the multiplication by 2. Okay, you get a P if you had 3 of the 5 of those, or if you have only 4 and 5, or if you have component 1 and 1 of the other 4. Cripes. You just put like smiley taco when you get a P on this one. So you can get a P if you have any 3 of the 5 components, or if you got 4 and 5 only, or if you got component 1 and 1 of the other 4. I kind of feel like this is one where you got it or you didn't, so I don't really, I don't know. Okay. C. Okay, so C was the description of graph 1. Here's graph 1. So it's a SOX description of graph 1. It says describe the shape as right skewed. So you need to have all 5 things for an E. Right skewed, center, it says about 6, but if you remember as we were walking out, they said anything from 4 to 10 was reasonable. Saying that most values are between 0 and 30. I said 0 and 25. And then you need to say that the center increases as the population standard deviation increases. And you need to say that the spread increases as the population standard deviation increases. So what they mean is the center is going to go up and this got more spread out as it went. That's 5 things. What did I say? I'm a little afraid to look. Right skewed, none, median 4 to 5. All values are between 0 and about 25. The median increases and the spread also increases as the value of the population standard deviation sigma increases. Okay. Apparently, you can get a P if you satisfy any 3 of the 5, or if you just get 4 and 5, or if you just get 2 and 4, or if you just get 3 and 5. Yeah, so you can get a P if you do any 3 of these 5, or just 4 and 5, or just 2 and 4, or just 3 and 5. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay, last one. Last bit. Okay. Last one, D. You need 4 of the following 5. First, you need to say that it is not unusual for the first one, for 1. Justifies the response to component 1 by indicating the graph shows that values of 10 or greater occur often. Okay, I sort of did that different. I don't know if I'm going to get a P, but I said the probability of obtaining a range of 10 milligrams or more is 0.04 plus 0.03 plus more values, which would be greater than any reasonable alpha value. What? Yeah, so you're supposed to like go like, okay, so go to 10.04 plus point, like, yeah. Okay. And then in part 2, saying that there's not convincing evidence, you can do it. You can say that 303 is less than 1 standard deviation from 300. You can do it by saying the mean is greater than or equal to 303. This is what I did. It has a probability of 0.198, which is not unusual. So I said, no, the 303 is not unusual because the probability of getting 303 or more is 0.198. I stole that from the previous problem. Also, 10 milligrams is not unusual because the probability above a range of 10 milligrams or more is, so this I just kind of repeated my answer from up here. And then I said, which would be greater than any reasonable alpha value, so not unusual. Okay, so yes, dear. Yes, yeah. You get to say whichever one you want. These numbers are so huge that, yeah, you can use 0.05 every time. Okay, so this piece right here has 5 pieces: a no, a justification, a no, a justification, and then sort of reiterating your justification from this one because it says and a range of 10. Okay, having all 5 of those points, no, having 4 of the 5 of those is an E. You can get a P for at least 3 of the 5, or if you just did 1 and 2, or if you did 3 and either 4 or 5, cripes. This is why I don't want to become an AP grader, people.